Good morning. We have travelled we stayed last night in Lake St Clair. It was a little bit challenging finding a place, but we ended up sort of parking in a car park. It was very windy, very cold. So it was raining a little bit this morning and we decided to get on our way to head to Strawn. And on our way, we have stopped at the Iron Blow Lookout. Great spot here. Still cold, but less wind chill. And we've come to this lookout and the amazing history behind this Iron Blow open cut mine. Forming the water-filled hole below was the first major mine in Mount Lyell, 1892 to 1922. That's a century. The collapsing edge of the Prince Lyell open cut can be seen just to the northwest. This is the biggest of many Mount Lyell mines operating as open cut from 1935 and underground from 1972. Now, they still do mine in the Queenstown area, which is only about another, I think it's about half an hour away. Goes on about history. So we mine the copper, but you use it. You might not realise, looking out this mining landscape, that this is all about you. Copper is still mined in Queenstown and is a critical part of what keeps our cars, houses, computers and mobile phones working. Without copper, our lives would come to a standstill. Copper is one of humankind's oldest metals. 10,000 years ago, cave dwellers used it to make tools and weapons. Today, surgeons use high copper-clad scalpels to save lives. Copper is most commonly used in hot water pipes and electrical wiring. It is a good conductor of electricity and heat. And here's the good thing, it's also environmentally friendly as it can be recycled endlessly. It is the highest recycling rate of any engineering metal in the world. There you go, there's your bit for today. Goes on about working for Living Hell. There's some interesting things on here as well, but I like, this is the feel-good bit over here. Causing a stir. This mine will prove one of world's wonders and holder of 100 shares consider he is provided with a moderate income for life. That's the Australian Mining Standard July 18, 97. But here's the bits that I like. Mineral riches or inspiring place. Powerful forces beyond our wildest imaginings have conspired to produce the copper, gold and silver riches of Mount Lyell, along with a rugged, beautiful terrain that can leave us awestruck. The landscape you see here may have been carved by miners during more than a century, but first it took nature millions of years to create it. Minerals were formed within a volcanic island about 550 million years ago. Hot geothermal springs concentrated them within young volcanic rock. Rocks were then buried by sediments in a shallow sea that protected them from their erosion. This landscape was then subjected to the upheaval of intense heat and pressure, hardening and contorting the rock layers. The nearby mountain peaks of Lyell and Owen and others in the west coast range other remains of sediment. With such a turbulent history, it is little wonder that this landscape can touch and inspire those who live in the west coast and those who visit. For some, it's a lasting bond. That's been carved out of a stone. This ground was first pegged by Mick and Bill McDonough and Steve Carlson in November 1883 in their search for gold. It's just so eerie and misty. Mark's already impressed and he hasn't got here yet. I know.
What is this?
It is very cool. We're stopping again.
Wowza.
Tell me your impressions, babe.
What astounds me is that where we live, we're having a road wide, and the road widening is going from an existing 2 lanes to 4 lanes. And that's been happening over the last nearly 2 and a bit years to get 4 lanes widened out. Yet 100 years ago, they started digging this, and what you see over there is what they first started digging, that cliff face that you see through there. And all of that, what looks like rock, is actually debris from the cliff face. And that was all done by hand. Yet we have machinery for everything, and we can't seem to get stuff done. I look at this and go, the majority of this is done by hand labour, like people, picks and shovels, and they got it done. It's freaking amazing.
It is amazing. And then over on this side over here, the drive up was only a couple of minutes, but you can park on the other side and then you can go for a walk. It's Horsetail Falls. But we're also mindful of, there is so much to see here in Tasmania, and we're only doing 10 days and we've been here, this is about our 5th time here to Tasmania, and we can't even fit in the little things that we are trying to get done. So we're trying to do Queenstown Strawn, trying to get to Cradle Mountain, and we've only got, like, today's Monday and we fly out on Thursday morning, and there's a lot of terrain to drive through as well. And this legend here who's driving, because it's a bit windy, hairy, icy, but he's doing great. You can also see another lake over in the background there. Worth coming here. So this is our drive back down. You really feel alive. The sun will start to come out now. And this is the car park at the bottom, and where you head across and just over there, and you head up to go to Horsetail Falls. Oh, the wind's a bit of a chill factor. We're going to close that up. You can see the nice pathway up there as well. Wow. As I put the camera away, you can see as we've come around the bend, the Horsetail Falls. Cameras are like, they just don't do it justice. Just get out and do things. I don't mean like right this second. So I think the walkway, maybe you just go up to there, or you must go all the way. I don't know. Every time I just turn the camera off, we see something else. Over in the distance, and I'll try and zoom in, is written Queenstown. And we go, it's just like Hollywood, it's the Hollywood sign. And then as we come around the bend here, this looks like the town must be over the back. Oh, and we're going to stop at the Queenstown sign. A little bit of sunshine. Have I confused you? We're going to stop here, take some photos, and we're going to make some breakfast. It is 10 o'clock because we just hauled, because we thought we would try and get here to get the 10 o'clock Wilderness Railway, but we stopped at the other one. It was really good as well, and we will come back to this. It is on tomorrow as well at 10 o'clock. Let's go check it out. Okay, so we've had breakfast, really yummy, bacon and eggs, done the clean up, everything's clean, put away, clean the teeth, brush your hair, rugged up, ready to get cold, put your beanie on. Oh, all right. You got this.
Brave this wind.
Let's brave the wind, yes, let's brave it. Okay, we're gonna go this way. Let's open, put the step out, and we're going out. Oh, what a breakfast view. I think you can still hear the waterfalls. Look at this. Queenstown, in Australia. I didn't even know until this trip there was a Queenstown. We went to Queenstown in April this year, in New Zealand. No, we're in Australia, in Tasmania. I'm presuming that Queenstown's down there. We will learn soon. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Maybe because we just rubbed up so well. Home of the West Coast Wilderness Railway. Oh, and there's some history on this side. 1883, there she blows, the iron blow. Oh, so all about, because as we learnt from the iron blow mine, Kop mine, which was this one here that we saw, they still do mining for copper in Queenstown. Valley of Fire and Brimstone. If you were standing here 100 years ago, the entire landscape around you would have been completely denuded. It's nudie, but it's now lush and green. Land of riches and beauty. Rich in minerals, rich in history. Tin, gold, silver, copper, zinc, galena. I actually had not heard of that. Take a walk around the Heritage Park to learn about the West Coast's amazing rail history, or catch a ride on the last narrow gauge tramway on the West Coast. And you can see here. This is the location of the former municipal boundary between the municipalities of Queenstown and Gormanston, which were amalgamated in accordance with the wishes of the people of both municipalities in an historic union to form the new municipality district of the municipality of Lisle on the 1st of July 1986. So that's in my lifetime. I don't get the whole lot of municipalities. Say that 3 times. Okay, so we drove up here, a little bit precariously, and parked. Luckily, there was a park here, not much room, to the Spion Lookout. And I love the sign here. Watch out for snakes on the walking track. Yeah. Off Spion Kop. I don't know whether that's like, you know, in a theatre. It's chuggers. It's like, yeah, chuggers, or I don't know. And we've got some old machinery. Replica of the now disused North Shore Tunnel, the English electric underground loco. It was purchased from Siemens Australia in 1928. Lyle Electric Machine Hall. Mine Hall. Wow. This one almost looks like a big oven, like a wood-fired pizza oven. I know it's probably not. Let's go through for the forest. The snakes, yeah. I don't think they're going to be around in the winter, do you?
I want to come out and sun themselves.
Not much sun out here. I don't think we're going to see them. It's a bit steep. I've got to go on my tippy toes. And if you want to post anything, what's this here? Oh, I don't know.
How often it's been opened though.
Yeah.
It looks all rusted up.
It's like a yellow letterbox. A little seat there. Spion Kop Lookout, a Lions project. Open, is it 1990? Yeah, December 2nd, 1990. Then we head up here, and there will be view, we think. We're getting there. And down there is the Wilderness Railway, which we'll go and check out after. Getting close. We have a cannon. Oh, wow. Well, this is interesting. The Germans are coming. The Battle of Spion Kop. We'll have a read and get back to you.
So after reading all the information, it's quite a historical monument that we're standing on. So the Spion Kop Lookout is one, a lookout that overlooks Queenstown, but two, it's named after the Boer War. So during the Boer War, there was a Spion Kop, which was in Dutch and German, I think they said. The Spion Kop means lookout, basically, or high place that you can look out for the enemy. So it was taken during World War I by the British, but was overrun in a massive win to the Boer. And the Boer were basically rebels that fought very much like in more modern times the Vietnamese or the Vietnam War, where they were rebels, not actually fully organised as a militia force, but were fought as smaller groups and basically overcame the biggest army in the world at that point in time, which was the British Army. And they won quite well. And there's some photos on the board that Carleen will show where you can see the British soldiers lying in the trenches around the Kop, which was the lookout area where the Boer had actually won. But where it leads to is there's a cannon here, and pre-World War I and in Queenstown here at the foundry, which is a steel manufacturing foundry, 2 cannons in 1896 were actually built for the Australian Imperial Army. And those cannons were manufactured here, and both of them were kept in Queenstown. And during or post the Boer War, when the soldiers returned pre-World War I, they did an enactment where some locals said, well, we'll be the militia, which were the Boer, and you can defend the town of Queenstown. And during the night before the ensuing battle or mock battle was supposed to take place, the militia actually brought this gun, which you see off to the side here, or the sister of this gun, up to the Kop Lookout here. And as the battle started, they fired the gun in the direction of the Queenstown township. Unfortunately, one of the militia had gotten a little bit closer than what they'd anticipated, and as the gun fired, there was black powder blasts that came out of it and sprayed all this guy's face, and he ended up in the pub downtown lying on a pool table with the doc picking out the powder burns from his face for about 8 hours. So the enactment didn't go as what they liked, but certainly awoken the town. Then later on, after that, the cannon was actually taken from the Kop Lookout here, where it was left after that enactment, to can't remember where it was.
Hayward in Victoria.
Hayward in Victoria for the inauguration of King George V. And 21 shots were fired from the cannon to inaugurate the king. And then post that, they actually packed too much black powder into the cannon, and when it fired again, it actually blew out the back end of the cannon. Because although cannons this day and age are quite modern and have a completely different methodology of loading, a cannon back pre-World War I was really just an open chute, or it's a steel pipe. You can see on this end of the cannon here it's quite narrow. However, the wall thickness is about 1 inch, or about 25-28 mil around the sides here, so it's quite solid. But as it works its way back, you'll see it gets thicker here, and that's actually solid cast. And then at the base end here is completely solid and cast as well, which one small hole up the top here, which is now currently plugged. And what would happen is they'd put black powder down the end of the barrel, and it'd be pushed down with a stick and usually clothing or some sort of cotton wrapped around the end of the stick. Push all the black powder down into the base of the cannon, into this area here, and then they'd get the steel ball, which was the projectile, and roll that down in there as well. And that was packed in with wadding or cloth or material or sandbagging. Then the small hole at the top here is where they'd have a stick, and on the end of the stick was a lighter. They'd light a little bit of powder in here, which would light all of the powder inside the back chamber, which would then ignite, creating a lot of gas, and that gas would push forward, and because the only way out of the chamber area is out that end there, and it'd push all that wadding and that cannonball out of the end of the barrel. So rather crude form of a cannon, but certainly is effective in taking out or shooting over long distances. So the cannon was restored, or the second cannon was brought up here, and now this is the one, or the only remaining second cannon that was manufactured in the smelter here in Queenstown.
So a lot of history that we weren't realising when we came to a lookout. Knowledge is power. So we've come downtown to the IGA Railway, and they have the old boy lollies. Like when we were kids, this is the sort of thing that we had. And look at them. There's like there's 20 odd flavours. Spearmint, apple rock. They got heaps in these IGAs. And we did just buy the other IGA, because we didn't realise there was two. Got heaps of fruit and veg. This is a pretty reasonable. Strawberries are $3.50 upon it. Mashed potatoes, Dutch cream potatoes. Other little pre-prepped meals. And oh my god, this local cheese, Ashgrove cheese, and the Ashgrove butter. I'll have to show you the butter. We got any here. We bought some in the other one. No, I'll have to show you in the van. So I love it. You come down here and we've got Hunter's Sportsman's Bar, and then we've got a lovely new and used diddly squat. Oh my gosh, Marco, I think you should get one of those.
So the ears.
Yeah, and look, there's an orange one. Oh no, that's so cool. You should get Sophie to make you one of them. I love it. And they got the old sewing. I don't really see that well. And the poppies are the sign up here again. Look at that. Spinning wheel. Oh, I can ship it up. Very cool mural wall. And then you've got this is called Memorial Plaza. And then this is the Empire Hotel. This is the one that Mark was talking about, where the guy, he was late on the table in the late 1800s, was it? Oh no, early 1900s, World War I. Oh, there's a World War I memorial over here. Yeah, maybe. Bennett's Blades. Oh, there is a cafe in over there. That's maybe what we're smelling. This is so cute. So this is the boiler. Was originally used by ABT locomotive number 3 and was in use until the Mount Lyell Mining and Railway Company closed the line in 1963. During the early 2000s, ABT number 3 underwent a full overhaul, receiving a new boiler as the original was considered economically impractical to repair. ABT number 3 was the first steam locomotive to return to the line in 2001, joined by ABT number 1 8 months later and ABT number 5 in August 2005. Show the whole way down. ABT system. Water level. And we were, you can just see up the top, the yellow up the top there. Oh, and this is where it turns. And we'll go and see if we can have a look inside.
Well, here, that right horse is described as middle.
Whistle Stop Coffee, the fast track to your favourite brew. Oh, that's cute. There's actually a little coffee shop in here, obviously, when the times are open. Yeah, I know the coffee shop's in there. I thought that's where we were maybe heading. There's a fireplace. Oh, I love it. Look at all these suitcases. Even I had one like this. Did you have one like this? Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, let's go in and get some coffee. Automatic door. Please wave the sensor. Look at that! I was like, okay. Look at this, has the fireplace, and it's like you're inside the railway beside. Yeah. And Mark's trying something local with Mount Lyell lager or something like that. Let's see. Happy. Oh, honey back into it. There you go. And I just love this fireplace. Oh, the table even lovely. So here we stand looking at the Paragon Theatre. Now this theatre has been here for a very long time, and we were like, oh, it looks like a bit of a ghost town. But we went in and it's open and we did a tour. So let's go step inside. So we just watched their movie on the restoration, and this is their bar area, and so much work that they've done. And Mark was just telling me, so as we watched through, they had to be all pinned, the flooring again. What?
It's called underpinning.
Underpinning.
So every one of these plaques indicates a hole. It was drilled down into the earth a certain depth and filled with concrete and reinforcing steel.
And Joy and Anthony have had this place for 8 years, and they're still restoring it. There needs to be painting on the front. There's so much work to keep a place like this alive. The old projector, they have it in the middle of the room here. Look at that. The old popcorn machine. And we're going to go up to the dress circle as well And we saw in their movie that these are fire pits as well that come up. So they've had an event on the weekend. I just love the bar. It's so good. I mean, I love all of it. We're gonna head upstairs. So they're showing this is the mezzanine. This is the bar where the dress circle patrons. The dress circle is the next level up. All the pictures and things. And you've got the toilets. This is they're saying as well, yeah, so the windows need to be replaced. They're currently boarded up at the moment. We come up to the dress circle, we just come up those stairs, and you've got one gorgeous couch here, and then comfy. Go and see how comfy they are, Mark. And like we watched the movie in the similar sort of ones down stairs, down here. So good. So this is going to blow you away. So this is a dress circle, and they're saying it. So this was usually reserved stalls were frequented by the high end of town, usually high-level professionals and department managers of Mount Lyell Mining and Railway Company. The dress circle once extended almost half the length of the theatre, but it was shortened in the late 1980s to accommodate for indoor cricket net. So they showed us, and then it was awful colours. And then the next guy who took it over in the early 2000s had to scrape all the paint off and literally restart all over again. And all the lines, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. You cry a little and then you wait for the sun to come up. It always does. Nobody's perfect. And not that you can see very well, but I love how the timber work is built in, so you have your own little table. This is the backwards in the dress circle. And it showed, you know, this is the film that they then go through. So now we come to the projection room. This is a room where the cans of 35mm celluloid film came and went. The 1,000 feet spools of film were very valuable and initially very flammable until the innovation of safety film. And then your payment for this tour helps to fix the windows. And Mark's in the projector. Oh, wow. Oh, the sun. It's like its own little museum. Oh, we found the Queen. She's hidden in the corner. Yeah, the rewinder of the film. You remember the sound of that as you went to the film movies. And here's the ticket stubs. And they even had one of the original ushers. She came and did the reopening 75 years later. They showed that in the film. And I love, down the stairs, and they show all the old films along the side here. Don't you just love the entrance? The Diary of Lost Memories. Okay, fast forward about 45 minutes. We left you at the Paragon Theatre in Queenstown. So worth going to. Drove 45 minutes to Strawn. Never been here before. It reminds us a little bit of Alaska, some of the little country towns in Alaska.